Hey guys, this is Sam Machkovech from Ars Technica, standing here with Kyle Orland. We are at the Xbox One X experience. Woo! This is the very first time that we have played with official Xbox One X hardware, and we got to play a variety of games and see other demos.
You go from the high-end 1080p that we've had in the last 4 years or so to 4K, and you know, if you're really right up close against a big screen, I feel like it makes a big difference.
Without really good HDR combined,
yeah,
I think something's missing. HDR adding that extra color and light is
that is a big part. But HDR is already on the existing systems. You don't need to buy a $500 system.
I agree, and I would say Planet Earth 2 is the Blu-ray set I've got and I've tested out, and that really sells the combination. And I wanted them to wow us with something that was extra pixels and more color data in those pixels. And I think Microsoft really didn't do a good job selling it in the theater demonstrations and some of the 4K sets out there. In some ways, it was hard to tell. Hey guys, about to tear into some Sea of Thieves, the latest build here at E3. We're gonna go on a crazy piracy binge. Very excited to screw everything up for my crewmates. This is the pre-funking. They really should have a booze mini game while you're waiting for the game to load. It's a very nice ditty, I swear. We four are going to go up against another group of 4 pirates in a sort of land-sea combination adventure. And how it works, it's like games like Space Team, where no person can do everything. Everyone needs to team up and work together and shout at each other. Which means I think this game's going to be very like streamable and twitchable. So, that was not as much land faring as I had hoped for in Sea of Thieves. Much more sea. That was a lot similar to what I had played before. Not everybody knew how to talk like a pirate, so struggling with phrases like port and starboard and all that other stuff. Be curious to see how the final game sort of presents that information to players, because they need to know a lot to play, but too much depth in a multiplayer game is not a bad thing. What I've seen and played so far, I've really enjoyed. I think it's the best rare game in a while. That's kind of a low bar, all things considered, but I'm excited for a rare game, which I haven't said since the 90s. Hey guys, I am about to tear into Crackdown 3, first gameplay reveal, and I'm about to stink at Crackdown 3's open world romp. It looks a lot better than the trailer did, so we're gonna dig right in. I just have to invert my look. Let's see how difficult that is.
My name is Clint Bundrick. I'm the design director at Microsoft on Crackdown 3.
How long have you been working on this game? Because I feel like Crackdown 3 has been in the oven for, what, 12, 20 centuries?
I've been on the game 3.5 years, somewhere in that ballpark.
So I'm very curious how the game has sort of developed over that span of time.
Crackdown 3 really has 2 major components. What we're showing at E3 is campaign for the very first time. Campaign is playable online and 4-player co-op or offline and single player. Then we have a competitive multiplayer experience. The competitive multiplayer experience uses cloud compute to give you the 100% destructible environments.
I'm not used to feeling like Crackdown games are really good driving games, but the driving felt really solid.
So this is the beauty of partnering with somebody like Sumo Digital. You know, they made Sonic Racing, they've made racing games, they've worked on Forza. It's an incredibly talented studio, and they have some really, really great car handling specialists, and so you see that in the game.
What do you emphasize in terms of this campaign experience that you really feel like has not been done yet in the Crackdown that's going to really appeal to that kind of player?
So I mean, the first, just obviously, scale. The city is twice as large as the city in the original. The tallest building in Crackdown 3 is twice as tall as the tallest building in the original, so the verticality is something we just continue to push really hard. So we still have our skills for kill system. You level up, it has that crazy exponential power curve. Beginning of the game, you run around and jump. Within a couple hours, you're jumping over buildings. But I want to take that open-ended nature of Crackdown and blow that out. So we do that with our Gangs Fight Back system. So first off, the city is completely open from the beginning. You can go and attack that criminal empire any way you want. The goal is to get to the Kingpin. If you want to go to the Kingpin, the moment you step into the city, you can. So you go and destroy their machinery or piss them off or take their monorail stations. And as you do, they retaliate. Those retaliations are completely dynamic. The boss fights are also dynamic. They can happen anywhere. But now we have it where these bosses can come to you, and those fights can happen anywhere.
What is the Crackdown 3 difference on Xbox One X?
So what we're showing it today is we're showing it in 4K. I think it looks beautiful in 4K, especially with our draw distance and our explosions. We're also doing Dolby Atmos, which sounds amazing with our explosions. So Dolby Atmos is spatial audio, so it basically creates more surround, it creates height in the sound, and so the explosions happen, they sound like they're above you, they're all around you. It's a really amazing piece of tech. It's 4-player co-op. I mean, you're not tethered, so you could be in a completely different part of the city than me. We're pissing off multiple multiple crime bosses at the same time, creating multiple retaliations, pulling multiple crime bosses into play at the same time, and using them against each other, using their infrastructure against each other. So Crackdown's this game about the choice and playing your way. If you can think it, you can do it. Combine all these crazy tools to create your own experience, and co-op just multiplies that by 4.
I really had a good time. I was able to go very quickly, blow a lot of stuff up, move around, very good car handling, very good at auto-aiming sort of stuff. It's kind of a simplified extra action Grand Theft Auto, which is I think what Crackdown's always been. Really fun so far. I really want to play that with friends. Not a bad job, Microsoft. We've been waiting forever for this game. Forza Motorsport 7, totally different than all the others. Or maybe not. It seems to really be pushing more visual tweaks. We've never done Forza in a giant truck, so I'm just going to start by driving a truck. The HDR was only very minimal, but I noticed a little bit, and the 4K was really good. That was a high-speed Forza Motorsport 7 race. Yeah. I watched other people play it and said, more Forza, looks the same, probably pretty much the same handling mode. The rain collecting on the windshield in different viewpoints, the speed of the asphalt, the way the textures come, the way other cars are coming, and then when the rain really hit and the headlights started popping with real HDR and 4K combination, you could see the headlights sort of pop in that light. The light doesn't have that fake halo effect, and that is one of these things that's just really, it's going to be hard for Xbox to show this off when you're watching on YouTube.
The extra power lets you simulate more stuff. Like they showed off that windshield wipers were actually shaking on the thing. That's just a little touch that you wouldn't notice, but when it's there, it makes things feel more real. And it's the same games. There are no exclusive games that you need the X for. It's just slightly better looking.
Now, the Forza team said that they are still working on how you, whatever TV you own, can calibrate a gamma slider or something else. They said, we're working on how to make 4K HDR look good on your specific TV. That's something I think they would have like an answer right now. So that's a big question mark. It's already confusing enough if you want to buy an HDR TV, like what's going to work with it, what's not. So that is weird.
In a few years, everyone's going to have a 4K set. The technology is going to be a little cheaper.
That's the hope.
So they're just doing like an early market test.
It's interesting, but for the time being, not a lot of stuff that was wow because of 4K HDR. It's a crazy sea of stuff. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, stay right here. We'll give you all the information on Xbox One X and everything we're going to see at E3.